When I say Medellin stole my heart back 7-8 months ago when I made the first video, I wasn't lying, because here we are in May of 2019 and I'm still living here as a digital nomad. And I can safely say that yes, I'm still in love with the city. It lacks literally nothing. I really do think it's one of the #1 places in the world for digital nomads, because people have said that it's like the next Silicon Valley in Latin America. That's pretty incredible. And I can definitely agree with that as well, and you'll see more about that in this video later on. But in today's video, it's going to be super cool. I have some awesome highlights and information for you guys. We're going to talk about things to do in the city, cost of living, co-working and internet, and also information you'll want to know once you get here. So stay tuned, because Medellin Digital Nomad starts right now. All right, guys, I want to start this video off with a bang. And what I want to talk about first are things to do. And this first experience I'm going to talk about is a coffee tour and a coffee tasting experience. Why I think this experience is so essential and so crucial while you're here. I mean, first of all, who doesn't love coffee, right? And as digital nomads, who really doesn't love coffee? And in this tour, in this experience, you'll learn why Colombian coffee is so special and the beautiful, rich history of coffee in general. Now, for this tour, I recommend none other than La Casa Grande. And during this tour, what you're gonna do is you're gonna start off in a beautiful hacienda, which is essentially kind of like a finca, a really old home, built in 1853 in the mountains of Santa Elena. And when you arrive, it's seriously jaw-dropping. I mean, it's so green, there's flowers everywhere, it feels like you're in a movie. And of course, you're going to meet your host, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is awesome. She really makes you feel at home. You get to know her, you get to know her staff, her family. It's super excellent. So yes, as you enjoy the first organic fruit drink, it's like a natural drink, and the ingredients come from around there in the finca. So you'll explore and learn the history first, and then you'll take a super cool nature walk down to the actual coffee plantation, where you'll see everything step by step, from the planting of the seed, harvesting, what a mature coffee seed looks like, and you're ready to pick it. And you'll even be able to pick coffee seeds. How cool is that? Like, you'll be able to go through the process and see every single step all in one day. I mean, I really didn't know any of this about coffee before I went to this coffee tour. And this was actually a super cool thing, because it was my mom's birthday and she got to plant a coffee plant, and she named it Carmen, which is her name. It was super special. My mom was seriously in heaven that day. And yes, quick note, the weather in Medellin is very awesome, but it's also very sporadic. Hence the rain in the background. Sorry, I don't know if you guys could tell, but yes, it is raining at this very moment. So anyways, you'll get to walk through this awesome staircase through the jungle or through the forest, and it's called El Camino de la Vida, and it was handmade by the locals a long time ago, and it's a beautiful staircase. You get to go down to the river, check it out. Then after all that, you get to have lunch, very special Colombian meal. It's completely homemade and it is so delicious. Probably the best Colombian food I've had since I've been here in Colombia. So of course, at the end, it's finally time to taste the coffee, and you'll learn the different techniques of tasting, the aroma, the acidity, like how to identify flavors, whether it's bold, nice, suave, and essentially all the elements you need when it comes to coffee tasting. So guys, if you are interested in taking this tour when you come to Medellin, or when you decide to live in Medellin when you're a digital nomad, I'll leave all the links to book the tour in the description. I'm confident you're going to want to do this. All right, so the next thing you're going to want to check out when you're in Medellin is Parque Aeri. Now, Parque Aeri is a huge nature preserve at the top of the mountains in Medellin. Or one of the coolest parts is the ascent to Parque Aeri, because you have to take the Metro Cable over a barrio called Santo Domingo, and then you take it all the way up to the mountain. While you're going up in the metro cable, you get to see below the comunas and the way people live, and it's super fascinating. And while you're in Parque Aeri, there's so many things to do. You can go hiking, horseback riding, paragliding, bicycling. They have cool activities set up for all ages, whether you're going with the family, your friends, it doesn't matter. But my favorite thing that I did when I was there was do the obstacle course. So it's super cool because it is an obstacle course high up in the trees, and you get to swing, you get to pull, you get to jump. And don't worry, there's levels for everyone. So there's like basic all the way up to advanced. I think it's called extreme. But yeah, you could expect to do that, the obstacle course, anywhere from 1 hour to 3 hours, depending on the level you choose. All right, next on the list for things to do in Medellin is to go to Guatapé for a day, or for maybe a weekend, 2 to 3 days. So Guatapé is a magical little pueblo located about 2 to 3 hours away from Medellin if you're taking the bus. You can also hire someone to take you there in a private car. It's a little bit more expensive, but it is a lot more comfortable. Now, when you arrive, the first highlight and the first thing you'll want to do is climb the giant rock. It is called El Piñol, and it is a huge monolith. It was formed like 65 million years ago. It's only 700 steps to the very top. I think to the very, very top, it's 740 steps. And so now I want to cut away to a scene where I was actually at the top of that rock. So let's go. Hey everybody, we made it to the top of El Piñón, Guatapé. This is the giant rock that like represents the town. Too bad it's been raining and super cloudy all day, but nonetheless, the view is absolutely beautiful, as you can see behind me. But yeah, just wanted to give a quick shout out to Medellin VIP. If you are in Medellin or around and plan to come visit, definitely book your activity and your tours, your mansions, your fincas, whatever it is you want. They offer all kinds of activities. They are the best. They organized this tour today and it has been super awesome. So check out Medellin VIP. So yes, once you're done with the rock, you can head on over to the centro, or like the main area of the pueblo, and it's super cute, super fascinating, very, very, very colorful. There's shops, restaurants. Now, Guatapé has a very interesting history. There was a huge hydraulic project in the 1970s where the hydraulic engineers essentially redirected the river to build a dam, and the old pueblito is actually underwater. So people had to redirect and move to a different part of the pueblo, because actually all the lakes that you see are man-made. So the other thing that you must do, I didn't get to do it because it was raining the day we went, but don't forget to do the extreme water sports. You can do wakeboarding, you could do tubing, you could do that flying thing that propels you into the air. I don't know the name, sorry. But yes, I highly recommend Guatapé, and make sure to hit up Medellin VIP to book your tour. And I know I've talked about this in another video, but Comuna 13 is always at the top of my list. I've been to Comuna 13 about 6 to 7 times, and it never fails to amaze me. Essentially, this comuna was one of the most dangerous barrios in all of South America nearly 15 years ago. It has a horrific history of violence and crime and some of the bad things that Colombia is known for in the media that hypes it up. But it's so inspiring because Comuna 13 has blossomed and transformed. There's amazing art murals, graffitis, and what I love is it's just a snapshot of the Colombian history and the Colombian culture. You can find out more information, of course, with MedellinVIP.net in the description below. All right, the last thing I have to mention about things to do is to go on a hike. Now, one hike I recommend is called Arenales Cascado. Now, it's Arenales Waterfall, and it's in Envigado, which is where I live right now, and it's just a short bus ride from El Parque Envigado all the way up to the mountain, and it is beautiful. It's the first time I've done a waterfall hike since I've been in Medellin, and I highly recommend it. Make sure you bring clothes to get wet. You will get wet. You will have to cross the river. The hardest part for me wasn't the level of hiking. It was pretty easy, but the hardest part was crossing the river. This hike is pretty awesome. You can start from the bottom where the bus drops you off, or you can take the bus all the way to the top at La Catedral, which is Pablo Escobar's old prison. But you can start from there and essentially make your way down and go that way. But either way, I highly recommend just be prepared, take food, take water, bring a change of clothes if you want to dry off later, and take lots of footage of the waterfall because it is so refreshing, aka freezing, but it is absolutely beautiful and you're gonna love it. By the way, it is so impossible to cover everything. That's why I highly recommend after this video, check out all 4 of these videos if you want to learn more about Colombia, learning Spanish, different places I've been around the country. So check those out. I will leave the links in the description. All right, everybody, let's dive into the next category, which is co-working and internet. Now, in Medellin, I love the fact that there are so many options to work if you don't want to work in your apartment. So one thing that I learned on this trip was the internet speeds. Now, I thought the internet speed just meant one speed, but I learned the hard way that both the download speed and the upload speed are very important, especially for me because I'm working with high bandwidth, downloading videos, uploading videos, sending footage to my editor, and the upload speed is super, super important. I've learned that minimum what I need to work is about 25 megabytes per second for the download speed and at least 7 megabytes per second for the upload speed. If not, I'm going to be waiting for 12 hours for a simple, 3-minute 4K video to upload, and it's going to take forever. So let's talk about some of the places that you can work if you don't want to work in your apartment. And the first co-working space I recommend is called Global Express Co-working. Now, this is a popular co-working spot in Parque Lleras. It is really a place where you could put your head down and get to work, and the environment is very office-like, but also you'll probably run into a lot of fellow nomads and entrepreneurs there. The next place I recommend is a cafe, and that is Verdeo, and that is in the Parque Lleras area as well. It is a cool work environment. It's very open. There's There's opportunities for review. It has solid internet. The next place is called Urbania Cafe. It has solid internet as well. It's also a cool work environment if you're looking to have more of the cafe atmosphere. Now, the next place I recommend is actually a chain, and that is Selena. Now, Selena is both a hostel and a co-working space, and they have locations literally worldwide. But this co-working here in Medellin is very good. It's very popular. Their plans are very affordable, anywhere from less than $10 a day to up to $140 per month if you want more of an unlimited plan. But their internet is excellent, and also you have the opportunity to meet people, backpackers, nomads, entrepreneurs, other people in business as well. So not to worry at all when it comes to internet and co-workings here. There's so many options, and internet really is good. All right, so now let's talk about cost of living and where to stay. In the past video, the very first video I made, I lived in El Poblado, which is a super popular area for people who are foreigners and digital nomads. However, it is the most expensive. This time I am living in Envigado, and I got a lot for my money. Let's show you guys in this video right here. This apartment is absolutely gorgeous. There's 2 balconies, a viewpoint in every room, just about, a lot of natural light. The building has also a pool. It's very conveniently located. There is a gym in the building as well, and security downstairs. So yes, as you can see, 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath. That is insane. I mean, you just don't get that back in the United States or somewhere in Europe for the price that I paid. Now, another notable area that I might check out next time I come back to Medellin is Laureles. Now, it's pretty cool to have a digital nomad friend that lives there, and he got a pretty sweet apartment. It was like 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, fully furnished, remodeled, new, everything, utilities included, Wi-Fi. I think it even has a pool in the building, and all that for $660 US per month. Now, that is pretty fascinating if you ask me. All right, the last thing I wanted to talk about is the gym. Now, the gym for me is of the utmost importance. I am a CrossFitter, and I do CrossFit religiously, and it's very important that the city that I moved to has a CrossFit gym. And since the sport is becoming much more popular, typically it's pretty easy to find a CrossFit gym in the city that I'm going to. Now, here in Envigado, I went to a CrossFit not too far away. It's about a 12-minute walk from my house. It's called Hakuna CrossFit. This facility is huge, and it has the best schedule that I've seen ever in all CrossFit gyms. I mean, there's classes from 5:30 a.m. and starting in the afternoon at 3:30 p.m. all the way to 8:30 p.m., which is the last class. But whatever you're into for fitness, like boxing, like a regular 24-hour fitness type style, yoga, whatever it is you need, just simply look on Google. I guarantee you there's one close to wherever it is you're going to stay. Whew. All right, we've made it to the end of this video. I really hope you guys got some value from this and see why Medellin is amazing. Don't forget to check out all the resources and all the tours and information and the links in the description below. Comment below when you plan to visit Medellin and what you would like to do when you come to this city. I'm Marissa Romero. I will see you on the next video. Take care.